Hey guys, Warren Buffett reads annual reports every day. I scan MarketSmith every day, and in this video I'm going to be showing you my process I do every single day to help identify the best stocks that meet my process. I'm really focused on companies that are growing their earnings, growing their sales, margins are accelerating, those kind of CANSLIM stocks if you like, which William O'Neill teaches in his book How to Make Money in Stocks. So I'm going to be showing you my process. Okay, we're going to be going through it. This video is kindly sponsored by MarketSmith. If you want to find out a little bit more information about them, there's a link in the description or in the comment box. Simply click on that link. And if you're looking to improve your trading and want to learn more about this kind of stuff, then make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Press the like button as well for me, it really helps me out. Leave me a comment down below if there's any stocks you are looking at as well, and let's jump on into it. Okay, so we've got MarketSmith loaded up. Now I'm specifically looking for those CANSLIM stocks, okay, the ones which have earnings accelerating, sales accelerating, and margins accelerating preferably as well. There's a few other things that I'm looking for which I'll be talking about too in terms of quarter-over-quarter fund ownership. Are there higher quality funds invested? How many shares the management hold? The industry group strength? Okay, all of these different metrics which MarketSmith shows us as well. I'll get into that a little bit later on in the video, but first and foremost, I want to compile a master watch list. Now, I really like to be efficient. Okay, my days are packed anyway, so in terms of my scanning, it needs to be very, very efficient. So how do I compile first and foremost, okay, all of the best potential stocks into a master list that I can then scan through? One of the things I see people doing with scanning, okay, is they'll create loads and loads of different screens, but many stocks will appear in multiple screens. So there's a lot of overlap there, and you can be looking at a stock in this screen and then that screen, and it's in another screen. We don't want to do that, and MarketSmith provides us a way to actually put all of the stocks into a master watch list. So what I want to do is show you how I go about doing that. So you can see over here, okay, I've got the master watch list. Now I've just been doing this before I press record, so you can see on my master watch list so far I've got 887 stocks. Now MarketSmith has a universe of stocks of around 9,000, so we're screening here from around 9,000 stocks. I'm putting all the best stocks which could be meeting the criteria I'm looking for into this master watch list. So firstly, I have my own screens created up here. Okay, so we can click on the screen here, and all of these have already been put in. I'll show you some of the MarketSmith owns proprietary screens that I also like using. So what I'll do, okay, is I've got my different screens. So I'm screening here for sales, earnings, and margins. You can see the criteria here if you want to pause it. And we're screening from 8,500 stocks, and we're taking it down to 179 here. So I'm looking for earnings per share accelerating for 3 quarters, okay, sales accelerating for 2 quarters, okay, after-tax margins accelerating, relative strength greater than 90, current price greater than $2, and the 50-day average in terms of the volume in thousands above 30. Okay, and you can see we whittle that down to 179. Now, as I said, all of these stocks will then appear here, and we can then screen these, okay, for putting earnings per share at the top, or the relative strength at the top, or the industry group. I like to do that when I've got everything in my master list. So what I'll do here, and again I've already put these in, but simply a left click on the top one, okay, scroll all the way down here. These will all then load, and you can see 179. So I hold shift, left click, and now I've highlighted everything. And all I'll simply do is I'll pull these across and put them in my master list. Okay, so we're putting everything in. Obviously 0 symbols added there because I've already done this screen. But I'll work through here. So you can see in terms of my sales, earnings, and margins, in the big earnings or the sales earnings relative strength, there's likely to be some overlap. So you don't want to be going through all of these stocks individually, okay, kind of flagging them. It's really inefficient, I find. So I've gone through all of these. I also have a couple favorite screens, the William O'Neill one and the high type flag, which was, I think, designed by Mike Webster, who used to work for IBD and MarketSmith as well. So these are my screens that I'll be going through. Now there's some of the MarketSmith own proprietary screens. Okay, there's the Growth 250 here. Okay, there's currently 300 stocks. So similar process here. Okay, I'll click on the top one. I'm not worried about sorting them yet. I'm just trying to compile that master watch list. I'll scroll all the way down here, hold shift, left click. Okay, now we've highlighted everything. Scroll up here a little bit, and I'm then dragging it into my master list. Obviously, I've already added all of these as well. Okay, what I then like to do is come down a little bit, I'll screen for the technical strength, which there's 11, the fundamental strength as well, there's 11 in there. I'll add those ones in. And then what I like to do as well is if you come down here, okay, and you open the stock folder, so you can see that you have stocks here. If you open that folder, okay, these kind of folders in here, or these subsections, can provide you with some fantastic kind of trading ideas and opportunities. So we can see here, okay, we've got our weekly new high report, so we could add all of these ones in. There's 1,300 stocks in there, which made a weekly high. This I'll do more so on the weekend, okay? Today, the day I'm filming this, is a Thursday, so I'll tend to scan kind of that larger database and go through more stocks individually at the weekend. What I'm doing here is really focusing on kind of strength in terms of earnings, sales, EPS accelerating. So the fastest growing companies. So we have the top 150 from the database fastest growing companies. Okay, I've already done this highlighted, but I'd simply, okay, select all of these, drag and drop them into that master watch list. Let's do it for the top 150 earnings per share as well. So we simply scan up, okay, left click the top one, scroll all the way down here. Okay, we have our 150, hold shift, left click, scan up here, or scroll up here a little bit, drag it into our master watch list. Okay, I've already added these ones as well. So we can keep coming down here. Now, what I want to do is the top 150 relative strength. Relative strength is very important for my process. I like to be trading stocks on breakouts that have a 52-week high on the relative strength. So these ones here, we can see that SI is very high. Relative strength here of 99, as we would expect for the top 150. Left click, come down here. Okay, I don't think I've added these ones yet, so you'll see when I drag these into my master watch list, okay, only 73 have now been added to the master watch list. Why? Because the other 70 odd, okay, were already in there because of that overlap. So again, this is a much more efficient way if you want to build kind of that master watch list, okay, and then we can start drilling down, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So I'll keep coming down here. Okay, there's a couple other things that I'm looking for. Accumulation distribution ratings, okay? I really like looking for ones which are rated very, very highly. Okay, so I'll be taking stocks from here as well. So we simply click here, okay, come down. So there's going to be 100 stocks here. We'll see how many are already in the watch list. Drag it over. So of the 100, we've added 77 there. Another one that I like to add as well here is the timeliness rating. So I want to add all of these ones in. So left click up at the top, okay, there's 382, there's probably going to be a lot of overlap here. So we scroll down, everything loads, scroll up, okay, and drop those in our master watch list, only 114, okay, because of that overlap. So these are the things I'm focusing on. And again, if you've got MarketSmith or you want MarketSmith, okay, hopefully this is, if you've got MarketSmith, hopefully this is helping you be more efficient and find those higher quality opportunities. You're probably interested in many of those CANSLIM characteristics if you've already got MarketSmith. If you haven't got MarketSmith, like I said, check out. It's well worth having, I think. So there's links down below if you want to go and check it out. So what else do we want to add in there? Well, I also like doing, okay, if we come down here, you can see that we have the accelerating leaders, which I'm going to put in, and also our top rated IPO. So there's 20 of these. Okay, we've probably already got the vast majority that we've covered here. Okay, but I want to cover all stones. So you can see we had another 5 going in there. Okay, and then let's do our top rated IPOs as well. I like trading IPO bases. So this is a screen that I want to be taking these stocks from. So let's do this as well. Okay, pop those in there. Okay, 0, we've already got all of those ones, fantastic. If we scroll down here, okay, then you can be adding other ones that you want to, okay, be in terms of the other top rated stocks. Okay, we can be placing those in, and then I'm just going to finish off with putting these in and then show you what I start doing with the master list. So let's drag and drop these. We've probably got the vast majority already. We've already got all of them. Okay, 0 symbols added. So our master list, what we want to do is go in here. Now you can see we've got 1,156 stocks in there. Now I'll go through these. Okay, the number obviously fluctuates depending on how many stocks are on the screen, but I'll go through these manually every single day. Now what I want to do, okay, is just sort these a little bit better. So let's drag this over. Okay, let's put our view chart up. Move this one over so we can enlarge our chart a little bit. Drag this down to, okay, just a little bit like this here. So I'm looking for some things here. Now I like to screen via relative strength first. Now you may like to screen a little bit differently. Let me show you how you can do that. Let's just pull this up, in fact. Okay, so you might like to screen a little bit differently, okay? So you could screen for the ones which have the highest comp rating. So simply click here, okay, and you'll see that you'll have the 99 comp rating up at the top. Okay, you might like to screen for what are the stocks with the strongest earnings per share rating. Simply click there, and then you can start working through your list. Now I like to start with stocks with the highest relative strength. As I said a little bit earlier, I'm really focused on trading very strong stocks from that fundamental, having those CANSLIM kind of characteristics, but the relative strength is very, very good. Preferably it's making a 52-week high on the breakout. I've got other videos on the channel if you want to go and check that out. So you can see what I've done here, okay, is I've screened for the 99 RS to come first and foremost. We can screen in other things. Okay, we can also add other criteria if we want to in terms of customizing here, selecting column layout, We can add loads of things in here, but like I said, I'm focused on screening for relative strength first. You could export this into an Excel folder if you want to conduct more kind of research. Okay, you can export it into different lists to import into other trading software. Excuse my cough, packages as well. So I'm screening for relative strength here. So I'm going to have all of the 99s loaded up first, and then we're going to go into the 98, so on and so forth. Okay, and our lowest RS is going to be down here at 1. So when I start getting to these really lower ones, I'm not going to be interested really. Okay, I'm mainly focusing on ones which are kind of 80 and above. There may be ones in kind of the 60s and 70s which are in an emerging industry group I want to be keeping an eye on potentially. Okay, but I'm really focused on when I actually place a trade, the RS, okay, should be at least in the 80s. So what I'm going to do here, okay, is we're just going to start off with our top one here, which is DAC, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I am looking for. And obviously we have the ability to also flag some if we are potentially interested. So let's just move this down here a little bit. Okay, because I'm looking for, when I'm doing this initial kind of sieving and screen, I'm going to flag ones which look interesting to me. So let's just take these flags off of these two in here. So when I'm going through, what am I now looking for? And again, we can be pretty efficient here. Okay, in terms of scanning through, I'm looking for price to be building a nice base. I've looked at millions of charts, so I pretty much know instantly whether I'm going to be interested in it, and it needs to be pretty darn high up here. Okay, and pretty interesting and getting very tight as well for me to kind of flag this one to look at later. So this kind of initial master list is where I'm going through relatively quickly. Okay, I'm flagging stocks that are potentially of interest that I then want to go and do further analysis on a little bit later on. So this isn't a really kind of detailed study now. This is just going through them relatively quickly and just saying, okay, I'm potentially interested in this one. I'm going to add it and I'm going to look at it a little bit later. So the key things I'm looking for, okay, industry group strength. Preferably we're in the top 25% there, so that's going to be in the top 50 industry groups roughly. So you can see 3 out of 197. The industry group strength is strong here, fantastic. Percentage held by management, 73%. That's very good. Shares outstanding, 20 million. Quarter-over-quarter fund ownership is accelerating in recent quarters. I would like to see some higher quality funds invested. There currently aren't any, and these are things which I train my eye at really quickly. Okay, and I call it doing laps round the pool. Okay, so I'm just doing these laps round the pool very quickly and scanning it. Okay, and then just coming to a view. Okay, I want to look at that one. I don't want to look at that one anymore. Something I'll be looking at over here is the earnings per share year over year. Okay, growth, the estimates for 2021, 2022, obviously that will change depending on the year. Again, I'm looking over here as well in terms of this box here where we can see earnings per share rating, group RS. Okay, this is the sales, margins and return on equity rating, SMR rating, accumulation distribution rating, A-, comp rating 96, timeliness rating C, growth rate here struggling -20. 1%. So these are the things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the prior quarters as well. Okay, the more blue you identify on these prior quarters, generally speaking, the better. Obviously, you'd like to see each of them accelerating as well. So we can see that earnings are struggling here a little bit, albeit in the most recent quarter they were up 14%. Sales have been accelerating, okay, -6, 4%, 6%, 9%, and we can see Okay, the after-tax margin as well, the ATM, improving here, 31%, 36, 39, 40%, nice trend there. So okay, this stock has a couple of things going for it. Obviously, the slope of this relative strength line is great. RS rating of 99, very, very good. Remember, screening for the highest relative strength ratings as well here. Base is a little bit choppy, so there's more work doing here. Am I going to take a breakout trade if it goes today? No, I'm looking for a price to get really, really tight under here. This is what I'm looking for. Tight, very, very tight price. If I start to see this action when I'm screening, it's going to be a stock which gets shortlisted. So DAC, I'm not going to shortlist. Let's go on to the next one and see if I can find a good one here. Okay, this is looking interesting from the fundamentals. 38 industry group out of 197. Management own 4% of 26 million shares. Quarter-over-quarter fund ownership is good here. Big acceleration from 35 to 157. Trend is up, okay, in successive quarters other than March 20 to June 20, where we dipped from 77 to 76, and there's a big increase. Great. No higher quality funds invested. Okay, would like to see some higher quality funds in there. Earnings per share year over year beginning to accelerate. Estimates in 2021, 2022 are good. Overall ratings over here are pretty good as well. Comp rating 99, I like that. The composite rating is where MarketSmith compiles all of the data it has for this individual stock, including their proprietary ratings, and basically creates a master rating for the stock, 99 being the strongest rating. Much better here in terms of our most recent earnings, sales, and after-tax margins. Okay, 93%, 322% for the earnings. Okay, plus 11%, plus 29% for the sales, fantastic. And if you look here, our after-tax margins accelerating, 2%, 6%, 10%, 12%, fantastic trend up. So you can see this base though. Am I going to shortlist it? No, because you can see here it's a little bit of a kind of choppy base. There's still some work to do for price to get back up here, okay, potentially before it breaks out. So I'm really looking for, can you see how in here before this breakout, price was getting really, really tight in here. This is the type of stuff that I'm looking for when I'm screening very, very quickly, as you'd expect, because we're screening for it. 99 RS is obviously going to be very, very good. Fund ownership, something to look for here as well, 71% fund ownership. And let's just do one more, see if I can find a good one. Okay, this one here is gonna get shortlisted, okay, because it's beginning to get a little bit tighter. So I'm gonna shortlist this one. You can see how quickly I made that decision. Okay, just looking at it. Okay, I could take in the information. I've looked at millions of these things now, so I know exactly what I am looking for. So we can see here, okay, price is beginning to tighten up. Okay, can you see how this is tightening up? There's a nice little shakeout in here. There's a nice little shakeout in here. Okay, we're making higher lows throughout the base here now as well. This is really good. RS line, okay, very good. Long-term slope of it, very good as well. Industry group, good. Okay, 27 out of 197. 22 million shares, so there's not too many shares outstanding. Okay, management owned 3%. Fund ownership declining and then starting to increase. So we dip down here, okay, after the March lows of Q1 2020. Think about why institutions may have been selling there as well. Obviously, the market plummeting with the effects of the pandemic. And then you can see here we've now got this steady trend up. Now, I would like there to be some high quality funds. We don't see that. Okay, quarter over quarter or year over year earnings per share is beginning to trend up. We're going from kind of 50 cents, okay, minus 16, 39 cents to $2, and then the estimates for 2021 $1.74. So I may do a little bit more research into that. We can see that our comp rating here 97, good. Group relative strength, very strong group, an A. Okay, look at this here, earnings 999%, 337%, 999%, sales plus 15, plus 19, margins. Would like to see the margins a little bit better, but this is a stock here because of the chart, the overall fundamentals, the relative strength. I want to do a little bit more research on. So this is how I'll be working through them. So I'm flagging the ones which are potentially of interest. Then I'm going to go away and do more work. So hopefully you guys have really enjoyed this video. If you're a current MarketSmith user, you've learned something. And if you want to go and check out MarketSmith, then there are links down below. They normally have an introductory kind of offer for a couple of weeks or so as well. So go ahead, check out MarketSmith. There's links down below. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this. Improve your trading. Press the like button. Leave me a comment down below if there's any growth stocks you are looking at, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video.